tropical drinks or anything like that. These are what are called what? May apples. Are May apples a wonderful, wonderful, good plant to have around? They can be. They live in large populations, as you can notice. However, they have another nasty little reputation of killing things. The entire plant is poisonous and has been ground up in some cases to poison enemies. So this is one of those plants that you don't want to add into your salad or the salad of your loved ones. Another plant. Now I am trusting that you will use this information for good, not evil. Okay, now remember what we were talking about before, leaves of 3, let them be, leave them be. We were talking about poison ivy, we were talking about trillium. Trillium doesn't necessarily have the whole issues that poison ivy does, but you could apply the same thing to jack-in-the-pulpit. Jack-in-the-pulpit is quite an impressive little plant here. I cannot imagine how this little plant came to have a shape like this. I can't even imagine. It's just so cool. I'll show you a picture of him. Okay, here's our jack-in-the-pulpit. And if you look underneath him, I can't show you very well from this angle here. I can try. He's got dark stripes underneath. Can you see that at all? I know you guys can't. You'll just have to trust me. You can go a little bit on faith, can't you? Okay. So jack-in-the-pulpit, and Jack is in the pulpit. And that's that little fruiting body inside there. And that's the flower itself. It again has 3 leaves. Now when we're talking about poison ivy, here's your botany lesson for the day. You got 3 leaves. You have a middle leaf and you have 2 side leaves, right? Okay, with poison ivy, the middle leaf has a vein that goes right down the center of the leaf. And it's symmetrical on both sides. It's the same on both sides of that vein. The 2 side leaves are not so. The vein does not go right through the center of it, and the 2 sides are not symmetrical. They're like mittens. Okay, that's your picture-perfect textbook type of poison ivy. However, I've seen some wide variations in some of the leaves. Some of them don't have the mittens. Others, you're looking at the veins and they're almost halfway, but maybe not. You know, it's just, it's kind of confusing. So you look at the habitat too. In the case of jack-in-the-pulpit, you see one of its leaves is sticking almost straight up, and that's that middle leaf. So that's one way we can identify jack-in-the-pulpit, is one of those leaves is sticking straight up, and the other 2 are drooping. With trillium, though, you have 3 leaves coming from the same location, and they're all laying the same way on each side. Does that make sense? Okay. So if they're drooping, they're all drooping to the same degree. If they're all sticking a little bit more erect because it just rained, they're all doing it together. Not so with jack-in-the-pulpit. And yes, he has some pretty toxic properties as well. However, this guy is also called the Indian turnip. So, to some degree, it is edible, but you have to boil it and steam it and do some wonderful, cool preparation in order to make it safe to eat. Okay?